my name is Brianna, owner of Mystical Manuscripts, and today we're going to be talking about the September astrology transits. So I'll put it up on the screen for us, and let's go through these transits and really figure out what they mean, okay? So firstly, we have Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. It was previously in Aquarius, a sign that is very unpredictable and bold and likes to do new and individual things. It brought us a lot of unexpected changes and challenges to our traumas, and now it's in Capricorn, where it's going to be bringing us rapid changes when it comes to work, discipline, routines. You could think of anything related to Saturn here. As we enter the month, a lot of things that are going to be brought up that we have to pay attention to, okay? So right after that, another transit that really opens my eyes is on September 3rd, Mars in Gemini squares Neptune in Pisces. So Mars, aggression, in a very intuitive and intellectual sign of Gemini, is going to be having some challenge directly with Neptune in Pisces, which is currently in retrograde, okay? So what this is going to call us to do is to be very creative with the way that we're tackling the challenges that Pluto just brought onto us. Are we going to be creative and intellectual and work smarter and not necessarily harder when it comes to our dreams and goals, or are we going to get crushed by the pressure? Okay, so that's what September 4th may be bringing to us. September 7th, you're going to have Mercury in Leo square Uranus in Taurus. Now, Mercury in Leo brings really bold communication, brings a lot of creativity when it comes to communication. This is going to be squaring Uranus in Taurus, which has a lot of unpredictability when it comes to luxury, even stability in your love life, okay? So with these two things, it's also going to be causing us to have a very creative approach to the way that we're dealing with some of the financial issues in our lives. We're going to see that as we're moving into September, a really big focus is going to be on finance, work, and balance when it comes to all of those things. So we're going to be asked to be very creative in the way that we're going to find unpredictability in our work life and stability. On the 8th of September, the Sun in Virgo is going to oppose Saturn in Pisces. So Saturn in Pisces is also still in retrograde, and as it is opposing Saturn in Pisces, it's going to shine a light on some of the ways that we may have been neglecting our health and neglecting our emotions and emotional health. I think society has been moving in a way to be more emotionally intelligent, to take care of more of your goals and your mental health. And I think this transit is really going to highlight some of those things, as it's going to ask us, are we taking care of our health? Are we? I don't know. Let's think about it. Let's go back and make some new plans. On the 12th, the Sun in Virgo is going to square Jupiter in Gemini. So we already have the Sun in Virgo currently. So as it is squaring Jupiter in Gemini, there might be some challenges or unpredictability around our success and our money. I think this is a common transit for some of us to feel like we're pushing so hard to work, and that we may be getting pushed back even harder, okay? So just be careful during that transit. On the 19th of the month, the Sun in Virgo is going to trine Uranus in Taurus, which is great because we just had a square to Uranus and Taurus, so now we can actually be helpful and rejoice in the things that we've learned from the earlier transits, and we're going to likely celebrate something new that happened. So hopefully that is great for us. Some of us could get a promotion, or some of us could just feel more stable in our daily lives. So this should be a really good transit for us all. On the 22nd of the month, the Sun in Virgo is going to trine Pluto in Capricorn. Once again, Pluto in Capricorn is in retrograde. So all of those challenges and changes and uprooting changes that Pluto has brought to us earlier in the month, now when the Sun is going to trine that, it's going to bring in some really good rewards for us. So towards the end of the month, we can likely see some rewards for our challenges. And lastly, the last transit we're going to end off is on the 22nd. Venus in Libra is going to square Pluto in Capricorn. Now, during this transit, we're going to see maybe it's going to be a little bit harder to focus on ourselves, focus on love and romance as the end of the month crunches down. It may be a little bit hard for us to balance love and romance with our responsibilities and our routines. We have 2 moon placements as we normally do. On the 3rd of September, we have our new moon in Virgo, which should be a really great and new time for our Virgos and our earth placements to find stability. It depends on where it's in your chart and where it's aspecting. I'll make another video about that. And we also have the full moon in Pisces, which is also going to be a partial eclipse September 17th, okay? And we'll talk about that also in another video. And then we have a few ingresses. I like to focus more on the ingresses personally because it helps us think about centralizing some themes for the month. So the first ingress we have is Mars enters Cancer. Now this one I think we definitely have to open our eyes and ears to, as Mars is a planet of aggression and it's also the planet of passion. And as it's entering Cancer, which has a lot of themes of emotions, the mother and the home, some family wounds may open up again. Some childhood trauma wounds may open up again. Some mother wounds may open up again that you may have to go through. And I feel like this transit may be a little hard for us, especially if we haven't been dealing with our emotions. We can likely find ourselves having a lot of issues with our traumas that we have not necessarily gotten over. It might be a very emotional transit for some of us. The next transit that we have is Mercury enters Virgo. Now, I think this is actually a pretty good transit, as Mercury, you know, communication, is entering a planet of homes. Well, not is entering a sign of service, work, and routines and health. We're likely to talk more about health, care more about our health, do more for our health during this time. The Sun is going to enter Libra on the 23rd of September, and as this happens, we are likely to have more of a focus on romance and our romantic relationships, so that could be really great for a lot of us who maybe wants to have new friendships, relationships, romantic partnerships, and things like that. And on the 21st of the month, Venus enters Scorpio, so a lot of us will have a lot more intimate drive during this time. A lot of us may be focusing inward too, trying to heal and like maybe uplift ourselves. Venus in Scorpio is a very like fierce transit, like you thinking that you're the baddest and you're the best, so it can definitely really boost our confidence for some of us. For others, it may force us to go inward and really do some inner work healing to make you feel more beautiful. And lastly, Mercury is going to be entering Libra on the 27th of the month, and during this transit we are likely to be talking more about romance and partnerships. The way that you see, everything always works in a cycle. August was all about you and me and focusing on ourselves inwards and what we could do for others. Now, well, focusing more on ourselves. Now, as we're entering September, we're figuring more about how we relate to others. How can we help others? How can we be more romantic, better friends, better family members, all of those things. Some messages that I have for the month is, one, emotions may run really high. We have a lot of water, earth, and air placements during this time. We also are still in retrograde season. We also have an eclipse coming up with the full moon. There's a lot going on. Emotions may run higher than usual. I feel like in August we weren't as sensitive. We were just kind of like, yeah, this sucks, like cry it off and move it on. But in September, these emotions may actually get to us and may influence us negatively or positively. Healing family wounds may also be a really big focus as well. What is stopping us from moving forward? And I think with Mars in Cancer kind of really setting the tone for this month, it's going to be a lot about healing some family wounds that are allowing us to not move forward. I also predict some issues with work and moving ahead. I do feel like some of us may be in a standstill, or some of us may be lost balance may be really hard right now, figuring out when and how and what to do things, because you're trying to incorporate so many things in people. It might take a toll on work, or it might take a toll on you or family. Remember, Virgo is a very servicey sign, but Virgo can also overdo it in serving others and trying to people please. So issues with work and moving ahead may arise as you're trying to go ahead, and it may feel very hard for you to do so. And lastly, we have budding new relationships, which is a positive as we're ending September. We're going to be in Libra season, which is all about love and romance and really and truly having fun. So hopefully a lot of us who wants to start romantic relationships or want to deepen our romantic relationships are able to do so towards the end of the month, okay? So if you have a specific question, please leave it in the comment below. If you like this video and it helped, please like this video as it can help others as well. We have an interesting month of September ahead of us. Please let me know how it affects you. And please subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.